So here's our tomatoes. This is our container. And here's some more of those tomatoes. And they're starting to turn yellow, which means we'll be going red soon. So we're happy. Here's that one. And this one in here, not the biggest fruit yet, but lots of it. We even have a small one down below, a bunch up top. In fact, every one of our indeterminates here, all 5 of these, or 6 including the container, are indeterminate. These posts I drove in to the 5-foot mark. I know that they're 5 feet. You'll just have to trust me. And they're shooting up and above. We don't know what we're going to do about. We're probably just going to let them fall down and stake them as they go down. So we have all sorts of carrots in the front coming up. They're doing real nice. Our basil in here, even though they get very little sun, are going gangbusters. These are more French breakfast, all gone to seed. We have more in the back. They've gone to seed also. Now our wonderfully blessed cucumbers. This is, remember that's 5 feet here. This is about 5.5 feet total, because we have this here, the planter, and then we pounded their height to the top of the bed was 4 feet. And we have, let's see if I can get a couple good shots. There's a cucumber. We have like 40 in there, about that size. We have 3 different kinds of varieties in here. We have pickling, Boston picklers, which don't get real long, but they get fat. And then we have 2 different kinds, burpee seedless and there's another cucumber, I don't remember. They get really big, long, and fat. So that'll be for like our salads and stuff. So these are doing really good. We have gotten an infestation of squash beetle though. And we're organically crushing them. But they're getting ahead of us. We might have to actually use a pesticide or something, because we have lost an entire plant to it. The whole thing. Here's some of the wilt. They brought the bacteria in. So this one we lost to what's called bacterial wilt, and it goes all the way down to its planting source where the stem has dried up. It actually turns yellow, and not from lack of sun, but it turns yellow, and when you cut it, sap is sticky. And we have a second one in here. Now its main root isn't, but what comes off, it's about half the plant, is you can see where the larvae tunnels into the stem have eaten. So we have to do something about it, and fast, or it'll spread to the whole garden. We don't want that. So here's our peas. Now again, we had that huge rain and all that wind, so they're kind of laying down. Now these are bush type, so they're not actually going to get real tall. They're supposed to like grab onto each other, but they're laying down because they need a siesta. And our 50-cent tomatoes, remember, to the bed, this is 4 feet. So we come across, you know, they're only supposed to get to about 3 feet tall. This is just over 4. This is, including its little lanky, just about 4. And these are just about right at the 3 foot. The one in the back and these two. And they all have flowers. Huge numbers of them. And you can see this little oblong. That's one of our Romas. So we have, I think, 3 or 4 Romas. Or no, we have 2 Romas, 2 Salsa, and 1 early girl over here. The early girl's in the middle. See? So we'll be harvesting that in a few days. We had wind damage. I tied this up, but it snapped some of my ties on this one. We'll have to pick that one up. Hopefully it didn't break the stalks. I'm not going to go back there, but all of our green beans back here, they're bush type, and they all have large amounts of fruit started, and they are beautiful. So we are very thankful the Lord is growing them nicely. Now we have these. I finally got around to this one had like 8 branches. I took it down to 2 that look like they had growing tips still on them. But it's looking like this is the one that we're going to keep. It comes nice and straight, and that is a growing tip. So this will probably be the one that we'll keep, and we'll train this straight up on our string. We'll bring it all the way to the top and out, and see, I have that loose because I don't want to, you know, warp our wood. And this grape here is doing really nice too. We have 2 runners, and this is coming out. I took this one down to just 1, so the pruning is taken, and the Lord is growing them. Now we thinned our radishes, and we have our yellow bell peppers, or not, our yellow hot peppers up here. They're doing real good, and they are flowering. They're all flowering right here. We have flowers on our jalapenos. These 5 are doing good. Yes, even the little shorter one that's bent from the wind has flowers on it. So we will have fruit on those in a couple of weeks. These bell peppers, we had one on here, and there was only one, and it was a big one. We kept showing it. The problem was these were putting out flowers, and this didn't put out a single flower. So we figured, well, if we take that off, maybe it'll put out some flowers. We were in a cold spell, and you know what? The next day, the very next day after cutting that off, we had dozens of flower heads started overnight. So we've learned a big lesson. If we buy a plant that already has a fruit started on it, definitely cut it off. Let it establish. We could have had fruit before now. This green bean, it's all of our green beans are bush, are doing really good. They all have fruit started in there. And whatever this is, our yellow jalapeno. See, playing with words. We had yellow hot peppers and jalapeno planted over. We don't know which one it'll be. So, ooh, I almost forgot. I said I'd show you the bell pepper. So let me go. Lost a pretty big branch, but that's okay. We had oh, that just fell off. We had some fruit. It's not the biggest in the world, but you know what? You can't eat them that small. Be a little bit more bitter. They won't be as sweet. This should be fine, sweet-wise. I've actually bought them in the store that size for a whole $1. I know. What are you gonna do? You live in a city. Anyways, we're very thankful. The Lord has spared the majority of his crop, and you know, the Lord gives and he takes. It's his to grow. Be a cloud watcher.